how is growing up in Far Rock molded the type of material that you spit and the artist that you are today?
It's turned me into that person. Like, you know, people would be like, you know, females shouldn't spit that hard, and why you trying to be so street? And I'm like, I'm not trying to be anything. I'm just telling a story. Like, to me, it's two different people. Like, Persia's the rapper, and she's telling my story. So everything I went to kind of molded me into that person. I can't change that. It probably would be beneficial if I could. You know, they want the soft little white girl, but I just can't do that.
So you rap the 5, right?
Yes, sir.
How did you get down with that?
I had moved to Cali in 97, and it was a little situation, altercation, where I had ended up defending somebody who ended up to be my now big homie's sister. And you know, they jumped her, and I was standing there like, I can't let this go down. Like, and I kind of just became family, and it just seemed natural to me.
Okay. How long were you kicking it with the big homie and his squad for before you relocated?
I came back a year later.
A year later?
My mom was here. I've never really been away from my mom that long, so I came back.
I read up online about this case that you were going through. What's the status of that? Is it still currently something that's...
I'm still on probation. I did 7 months and I appealed it.
So you did 7 months? Where'd you do the 7 months at?
Upstate.
Upstate?
I was lucky because my lawyer sold me out to the DA. That wasn't the lucky part. They sold me out, paid lawyer. A publicist I was working with at the time called my mother. He was like, oh, I just wanted to see how Persia was, blah, blah, blah. And she was like, oh, she's locked up. So he was like, what? He sent out a press release. He got a lot of people involved. VH1, the fans, a lot of people started sending letters to the DA. She don't deserve this. It was a case that I had dated somebody for like a week or two, and he was stalking me for like 6 months. So I had the gun in the car, you know, walk back and forth to the house. Because he was a police informant, I couldn't get no help nowhere. So that's what that was. So people started sending letters to the DA. I had corporals from the Army who were fans sending letters, and they went back in and they was like, we're gonna let you out. We're gonna change the charge. We're gonna give you probation. Okay.
So did you initially get like, cause the max was like 3.5, right?
I got 4. I don't know how I got 4.
Damn.
But I got jerked all the way around because my lawyer was like, plead guilty and we'll send you to shock for 6 months. So I was like, all right, cool. I had just had a baby. I was worried. I was like, my child's not gonna recognize me. So 6 months, I was like, all right, let's do it. I pled guilty, and when I did that, he said shock doesn't take violent crimes. You have to do your full sentence. And I was like, what? And then he was like, oh, the DA's mad because you lied to him. But I was like, but who told the DA I lied to him? You did.
Well, what was running through your mind when you initially heard that I'm going to have to do 4 years?
I wanted to kill the lawyer. I'm going to jail. I might as well go to jail for something.
Yeah.
I just felt helpless. Like the person that I had paid to help me sold me out. And I just didn't know he hung up the phone on me when I started yelling. And I was like, what do I do? Like, there's nothing you can do. Once it's you against the law, it's real hard to win. How did you meet the should I even call him an ex-boyfriend or just an ex little minor flame? You know what's crazy? It's my good nature. I met him outside a club, and he was this Spanish kid, but he sounded like the game. Okay. Right. He sounded like the game, and in my head I'm thinking, I'm about to have a TV show. I could really help him get some shine. I could put him on a song. I could help him get out there while I'm getting out there. So in my good nature trying to help him, it was bad. He was crazy. Okay. So was he abusive to you at all during that week? No, but that worked to get me out. Okay. You know what it is? Once you mention stalking and it's male female, it's instantly domestic violence. So how was he stalking you? He set my house on fire. Jesus. Okay. Kicked in my door. That's abusive, I'd say. He kicked in the door. He threw everything in a tub, set it on fire, kicked the TV in. He tried to rat me out to the feds. Do you want to like? Everybody knows. Everybody knows. Like before rap, I ran a brothel for most of my life. Okay. Right. So he copied my records, and he was like, "I'm going to the feds," and I was just like, this is some bitch activity here, like, and it was a lot. He would come to my place of business, called the cops, and it was just,
Wow.
he was a girl.
He's a hater.
He's a girl. Yeah, because when he burnt the house down, he called me. He put a sledgehammer through my car, and he was like, now you have just as much as I have. And I was like, but I'm a hustler. Like, I get that back. You'll never have none of this. Not even once.
Well, before I continue with this, how was it running a brothel? Because that sounds pretty interesting.
How was it? It's a business.
Business?
It's
Was this like local in the area? Or is this
Yeah, well, we went from Midtown to Wall Street. It's a family business.
I can't believe I know about this.
Huh?
Because I live in Midtown. I can't believe I know about this.
What? There's brothels every other block.
Well, stop by. Where? You got
What? You
gotta check this shit
crazy.
out.
They're everywhere. Yeah, it's a family business. My mother ran it through the 70s, and I think I took over when I was like 16.
Okay. And how long did you run that for?
I want to say 2010, 2011.
Okay. All right. Well, jumping back to the case scenario, when did you officially decide? Like, after that he burnt down the house that you were like, I gotta get some type of protection? When did you decide getting a gun is the way to go?
I had one. I just really didn't carry it around with me. It wasn't supposed to be in the car, but
Yeah,
it was too much. Like, I remember what it was. I got a phone call that said, I want to see you. I put gasoline around your mother's house.
Jesus.
Right. If I don't see you by tomorrow, I'm gonna set the house on fire while she's sleeping. I blanked. I had that day, I stopped like hiding and, hide in the car, and I just started looking. Like, come on, you gotta go. I went to the barbershop where he was working. Your brain don't act right properly. I kicked in the door. I'm like, where is he? And they was just like, your son, she looking for you. And he was like, oh, you gonna kill me? Yes, please. Please come to every single place you've been coming for 6 months.
Okay. Well, looking back on the situation, would you change any of your actions or the decisions you made that ultimately wound up with you doing some time? And has he ever tried to contact you
He's
since?
still got my name in his mouth, telling people he writes my rhymes.
Yeah.
Also, yeah, he's nuts. He robbed a couple banks, got locked up, and seem to be all he talks about in jail. Cause every time I see somebody on the street, they be like, yo, you know somebody? I know what you about to say, don't even say it.
Did you rap while you were in jail?
No.
Did you write anything? Or
No.
You just kind of just
I was just I was just sitting there staring at the wall like, what happened?
Yeah.
What the fuck did I do? I'm finishing up Ruby in the Rough, Ruby in the Rough, the mixtape. After that, I'm gonna drop the Crown on Tilt official EP. I was talking to Pete Rock. I'm trying to get this single, now and then put together. Try to produce something hot.
Do you working on any music videos or anything? Or?
Yeah, I'm gonna try to do a couple of the Ruby in the Rough, being that's gonna drop probably in a month. So I'm gonna try to do a good 5-6 videos off of that.
What type of aspirations do you have, in considering the steps that you've taken to elevate your career already and your fame and recognition? Where do you see a future for Persia as an artist?
I want to bring the female back. I don't think anyone's done it in the aspect of rap. I think Nicki got her foot in the door and she saw money somewhere else and she kind of switched lanes. There's no Light, there's no Latifah, there's no Foxy, there's nobody. You turn on the radio and it's just Nicki. They're not letting a real woman in the door. And there's a lot of females out here who, they get up in the morning, they take the kids to school, they go to work, and they're not being represented properly. And that's what I feel like I'm here to do.
Lil Wayne had just put out an interview or statement saying he didn't like New York.
Don't like New York.
And it's his opinion to say.
Ever since I met Steven when he pissed me off, fucking bitch ass, faggot ass nigga, but that's how we talk in Miami. And I'm trying to work on that because my brother's gay,